Alright. I can be your Superman.
Okay.
Come on. Oh, crap. Hold on. But hi, everybody. Home stretch, we hope. I'm working on it. True power of the first Slayer and channeled it into Buffy, and later the power that the Shadow Men try to force upon her. By the way, this is a spoiler. Spoiler edit. This is the spoiler video. Spoilers on spoilers on spoilers. Spoilers. Her when she uses the bag to find them. Riley returns in normal clothing and tells Buffy she is on her own.
I thought you were looking for your friends. Okay, killer. If that's the way you want it, I guess you're on your own.
The wording is very specific. If she's found Riley, then he isn't one of Buffy's friends, and this bit foreshadows Riley feeling alienated from her and leaving into the woods. The scene transitions to the desert and the apex of Buffy's anxiety. The long crane shot revealing Buffy in the vast, empty desert is an image signifying her loneliness, and the way I'm so tired, but we're almost there. The scene transitions to the desert and the apex of Buffy's anxiety. The long crane shot revealing Buffy in the vast, empty desert is an image signifying her loneliness, and the way being the Slayer isolates her. And here, in front of the first Slayer, we get clarity as to why this is happening. Excuse me. I may cut this a little bit. I feel like we already know why this is happening by virtue of the way I've edited the video. Let's take a look at the script. Where are we? These will not protect you. Men are always looking for conquest. I'm a conquistador. What am I supposed to do with all this? Faith and I just made that bed. It's so late. Be back before dawn. Hey there, killer. It's just doomed. A lot of filing and giving things names. I'm not a killer. These are lies. I thought you were looking for your friends. They all ran away from you. Oh, yeah. Here in front of the first Slayer, we get clarity as to why this is happening. The first Slayer is the Slayer power without humanity. She has lost all her identifying... Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Sonic.
That's what's done in polite circles.
That's what's done in polite circles.
Why do you follow me?
I don't.
I live in the action of death. This first stream today is going to be just an hour. I've got to run an errand after, and then I'm working until the premiere, I assume. Got to finish this and then edit this down into the non-spoiler version. I want to publish both at the same time, so people who don't want spoilers have something to watch. And I'm surprised there are a number of them. Since bringing up that there was going to be a non-spoiler version, I've gotten a lot of comments from people thanking me, saying they're watching with friends who've never seen the show, and they watch the guides with, and so forth. So and the apex of Buffy's anxiety. The long crane shot revealing Buffy in the vast, empty desert is an image signifying her loneliness, and the way being the Slayer isolates her. And here, in front of the first Slayer, we get clarity as to why this is happening. The first Slayer is the Slayer power without humanity. She has lost most of her identifying human characteristics. No speech, no name. She is nothing but the act of destruction. Absolute.
Where are my friends?
You're asking the wrong questions.
Make her speak.
I have no speech, no name. I live in the action of death, the blood cry, the penetrating wound. I am destruction. Absolute. Alone.
When I get tired, I get slap happy and I get super emotional. Oh boy. Morning, everyone. Sir Picard Giles. I will take it. My two dads take me on adventures, slaying vampires around space. Boy, it's been a long week. It's funny that the edit for this video has inside jokes. Why is that happening? No speech, no name. It's going to need to dissolve if I cut it like that. Characteristics. No speech, no name. She is nothing but the act of destruction.
Absolute. Alone.
And the entire episode has been about her attempt. It's almost night here in Russia, but still morning. My American friends. Yes, indeed. Welcome, welcome. And the entire episode has been about her attempt to strip those elements from Buffy that make her different. Love that shot. God, the soundtrack in this is perfect. Blind default transition. And the entire that sounded like a sound. Not my best sentence. Oh, there we go. That's where that's coming from. It's me making sounds with my face hole. And the entire episode has been about her attempt to strip those elements from Buffy that make her different. Buffy looks down and is holding the tarot cards from Primeval, only now. I thought I did another tarot cards. I thought I did another take of that. Tarot cards? I didn't do another take of tarot? I think we're going to leave it for now, and then I'll go back and fix it if we have the time. Tarot.
I am not alone.
And the entire episode has been about her attempt to strip those elements from Buffy that make her different. Buffy looks down and is holding flash frame. Buffy looks down and is holding the tarot cards from Primeval. Tarot cards. from Primeval, only now the cards are images of her friends. Right, stretch 2. And the entire Buffy looks down and is holding the tarot cards from Primeval, only now the cards are images of her friends, finalizing the metaphor of them all representing some aspect of her personality. Shut up, Finn. Watch me kill your girlfriend.
Spiritus, spirit.
Animus.
Heart. Actually, I'm going to try and speed that up a little bit, see how that looks. Finalizing the metaphor of them all representing some actually looks okay with no sound. Friends. Finalizing the metaphor of them all representing some aspect of her personality. And at the apex of her anxiety, confronted by the very thing she is afraid isolates her from everyone, Buffy makes a choice. Her defiant proclamation. Buffy makes a choice. That's Primeval. That's not Restless. That's not what we're editing. Open in source monitor.
I am not alone.
The Slayer.
It's both a proclamation and a choice. Blum. And at the apex of her anxiety, confronted by the very thing she is afraid isolates her from everyone.
I don't.
Where are my friends?
You're asking the wrong questions.
Make her speak.
I have no speech, no name.
Only Slayer that had friends, yeah. This episode guide is 36 minutes long. Yeah, that's why it's been a killer to edit, and I'm very tired. anxiety. Oh, undo. One whopper of a guide. Anxiety, confronted by the very thing she is afraid isolates her from everyone, Buffy makes a choice.
I am not alone.
Her defiant proclamation is one of my favorite things in the series. Oh, yeah. Coded. Now we break down, which I can't actually just play. For more from here. Well, I hope it lives up to it. Proclamation is one of my favorite things in the series. She claims her individuality. Being the Slayer does not define her. Being the her defiant. First time you catch me live. Hello, Darkness. Yeah, just a little short stream. I've got to run an errand in about an hour. And then I'm going to come back and finish. But you can see that's this episode. That's what's left. And then I have to chop this down into the non-spoiler version. But it's been fun. I don't say this very often, but I'm really happy with this one. And I think Yemena, just letting you know, it's a spoiler version. We did tag this one, but yeah, we're almost done. And like I said, I'm actually proud of this one, and that I don't say that about many other videos. There's a lot here.
I walk. I talk. I shop. I sneeze.
I'm gonna be a fireman when I get so emotional when I'm tired. Why did that line make me all weepy?
I'm gonna be a fireman when the floods roll back. There's trees in the desert since you moved out, and I don't sleep on a bed of bones.
It's so pretty. Oh boy.
I walk. I walk.
Yeah, I'm going to leave both versions on YouTube. The non-spoiler version will be the one that makes its way into the season playlist, since that's in keeping with the spirit of the... Thanks, John. That's in keeping with the spirit of the guide as it is, but this will be a stress, exhaustion, hangover. Well, the stress and exhaustion hangover, the actual hangover comes tomorrow, or tonight, or something, I don't know. I walk...
I walk. I talk.
I'm fine with spoilers. It's very hard to talk about Restless without talking about spoilers. I was just making sure. Someone came in yesterday and came in right when I was talking about a very spoilery thing and was like, you should label the thing. I was like, oh, I really should. I had forgotten to.
I talk.
Oh, hold on. All good, Brandon. So we can't use Minion Pro. We've been using PT sans regular. Never swear off drinking when you're hungover. Wait until you're not hungover to make that decision. Maybe just a drop shot. We should do a stroke. Just a. Yeah, that makes it pop. There we go. So we're doing drop shadow, full darkness, 75%. Always try to catch you online. What time is it over here? It's 10:45 a.m. right now. There we go.
I walk. I walk. I talk. I shop. I talk.
I don't know how to do that. So I sneeze. I know how to spell sneeze. You're an hour behind me. Yeah, well, not a lot of episodes are Restless with the foreshadowing.
I walk. I talk. I shop.
I shop.
I sneeze.
This is a mess. Hold on. Damn it, Buffy.
I walk. I talk. I shop. I sneeze. I walk. I talk. I shop. I sneeze. I'm gonna be a fireman when the floods roll back. Sneeze.
So the non-spoiler one going to be short, and then the normal one very long. I wouldn't call the non-spoiler one short. There's still plenty to talk about without talking about the foreshadowing. The foreshadowing is actually maybe like 5 minutes worth of content out of the 36 minutes. Okay, so now we can kind of start positioning these. Now we need the last line. So, up! Edited for TV version. Similar, yeah.
I shop. I sneeze. I'm gonna be a fireman when the floods roll back.
And I don't sleep on a bed of bones.
There's trees in...
Oh, there's trees in the desert. That's right. We're close.
I'm gonna be a fireman when the floods roll back.
Maybe we should just, yeah, this being as long as it is, we're going to do this a different way. Trees in the desert since we moved out. Yeah, we're going to do this differently. So.
I walk. I walk.
Faster. Favorite Firefly episode. Go. Firefly. Oh, need more coffee.
I walk. I talk. I talk. I shop.
Dream stopped. Hey, stop for anyone else? It's back. Oh, okay. Yeah, if ever that happens, maybe just refresh.
I walk. I talk. I shop. I sneeze. I'm gonna be a fireman when the floods roll back.
That should be 2 lines.
I'm gonna be a fireman when the floods roll.
Oh, we're so close. We're getting closer to the end. Do you guys want to see some of it? Wipe. Linear wipe. Should I just keep working? I should just keep working.
I'm gonna be a fireman when the floods. I'm gonna be a fireman when the floods roll back. I'm gonna be a fireman when the floods roll back. I'm gonna be a fireman when the floods roll back. There's trees.
It's funny, the Patreon readings have been kind of practice for stuff like this. There's trees in the...
There's trees in the desert since you moved.
A little faster.
There's trees in the desert since you moved out, and I don't out. And I don't sleep on a bed of bones.
Waking up.
And I
Editing does that.
will I shop. I need to be in the desert since you. I'm not alone. I walk.
That's...
I walk. I talk. I shop. I sneeze. I'm gonna be a fireman when the floods roll back. There's trees in the desert since you moved out, and I don't sleep.
Wheelie! Long time no hello! I thought you hated me. I had done something wrong. It happens. It's okay. Whatever I did, I apologize.
I don't sleep on a bed of bones.
Her defiant proclamation.
Sleep on a bed of bones. Bones.
Her defiant. If this video gets demonetized, we're going to have to sell Kiss the Video editor mugs with built-in straws. How about a Rassy Sassy wine cup? A Rassy Sassy wine sippy cup, as someone pointed out yesterday. It's okay. Ian, how much closer are you to being finished with this video? I'm at 32 minutes of the 37. So, probably another 3 hours of editing.
Don't sleep on a bed of bones.
Especially because I definitely want to nail it. The premiere is in... We're doing the premiere in 7 hours. So 8 hours. So non-spoilery edition of Restless won't have anything in it that the normal video doesn't. It will just have foreshadowing bits edited out. That's correct. That's the way I wrote it, because it would be too much work to write just 2 separate scripts. Yeah, this will be about 30 hours of editing in total, which I did in 3 days. Or 4 days. I don't know.
Don't sleep on a bed of bones.
Well, the non-premiere version will be waiting for you after. I just wanted to get it done. End of the season. I can't believe it. Season 4 and Season 1 are going to be finished. That's it. I'm just going to pack up the channel. We're done. Everyone go home. Open in Source Monitor. You did nothing wrong. Super busy. Plan on popping into a live stream and something happens. On a positive note, I already know my next Patreon reading will be. All right. Don't you dare. I'm just kidding, man. Yeah, we're doing, well, I have a couple of video projects, one-off video projects I need to get done for the channel first, and then moving on to why you should watch Firefly, which I was writing in my head today. And then on to the episode guide. But I haven't decided how I'm going to do the episode guide, if Like, I'll add it to a rotation with Buffy Season 5, Angel Season 2, or do all of the Firefly videos. I don't know. Her defiant...
Bones.
Her def... Selling merch because I'd buy a copy. Yeah, I mean, you guys see how long this has taken. I mean, not every episode is Restless, of course, but getting the website up is going to be a big step. And then once that's up, then we can do stuff like merchandising. And like that'll give me an excuse to make the hashtag cookie dough shipper shirt that I want to wear. I don't care if anyone else wants to wear that shirt. I want to wear a cookie dough shipper shirt. Along with Deadpan Freud and other things we've been talking about. You can't leave the channel without reviewing. I was just kidding. Phil. Her defiant proclamation is one of my favorite things in the series. I suggest doing Firefly after every Buffy or Angel review so we can keep those reviews coming and not get them backlogged. Yeah, I was thinking about that for the first time today. Are you going to set up a university course based on the series or online course? I think there's a lot of that already. So probably not. I'll always want to be moving on to the next thing. There's always good stuff to talk about, and I don't know. I'm so bad with text. That looks like hot garbage, and I don't know why. Should be gray, not black. Her defiant proclamation is one of my favorite things in the series. She claims her individuality. Being the Slayer does not define her. Might try a different font. That's one thing I'm terrible at is design, which is another reason why the website has always been on the back burner. I mean, we could just go... No one's going to get upset about... Cambria is actually royalty-free. And that does look better. I could go white with a black stroke and then have it go over the boundaries. Oh god, yeah, TNG is high on my list of stuff I want to talk about. That's a seminal show for me. Do not have puppet cancer. Alright, well, we'll live with that. Cambria it is. Keep the ball moving. And is one of my favorite things in the series. Hold on. She claims her identity. Quiet proclamation is one of... one of my favorite things in the series. She claims her individuality. Being the Slayer does not define her. In the second line, she claims her individuality. Being the Slayer does not define her. In the second line, she is saying that she is not governed by circumstance. She will adapt and fight whatever comes along. And a fireman is a very particular kind of hero, one that gets to go home to their loved ones, but will when necessary. Walk. Now, as an example, this will be cut out of the other version. Have you considered presenting a paper at Slayage? I have not. I actually don't know what Slayage is. Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Once, show me once more with feeling. You immediately want to start singing, don't you? I do. Enough to know. Singing, I should say, when it's me. Out. To go home to the... She is not governed by circumstance. She will adapt and fight whatever comes along. And a fireman is a very particular kind of hero, one that gets to go home to their loved ones, but will when necessary. We can get it cleaner. Doesn't need to be that loud. Turn down something. She's still on. There's the walk. There's the walk. Her loved ones, but will when necessary. Trees in the desert. I miss those girls. Add a girl, kinda. Ladies, women, friends, lend me your ears. I'm gonna be a fireman when the floods roll back. Star Wars, nothing but Star Wars. Trees in the desert refers to life. Wait. Why didn't that turn? Oh, I changed the stroke, not the fill. Oh, come on. understand Premiere's text handling philosophy, but I know enough to be dangerous. But why? Sneeze. Okay, we're on that line. We're on that line. Since, we're on that line. Not bins, since. Okay. So now, in theory, fill, red. To do a TNG review, wouldn't you have to do a semi-original series? I don't think so. I think a certain amount of laying out... Why did it do that again? Sorry, hold on. George is getting angry. Okay. It's okay. Trees in the desert refers to life, growth, cultivation, and nourishment. The opposite of the desert in which Buffy finds herself now, and the home of the first Slayer. Symbol of her connections to the people she loves. Her life is not simply about death, and it's the balance she's achieved that, as Joss puts it, makes her the greatest Slayer that's ever existed. So for the greatest about death, and it's the balance about death. And it we will walk. Oops, undo. Once again, I changed the stroke. Hey, Serenity now. I can get into that. Not simply about death, and it's the balance she's achieved that, as Joss to life, growth, cultivation, and nourishment. The opposite of the desert in which Buffy finds herself now, and a symbol of her connections to the people she loves. Her life is not simply about death, and it's the balance she's achieved that, as Joss puts it, makes her the greatest Slayer that's ever existed. That, as Joss puts it, makes arms just hurt. It's not broken.
Arm is hurt. It's not broken. No thanks.
puts it, makes her the greatest slayer that's ever existed. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Oh. Actually, it'd be interesting if the reboot was the Slayer. And the entire episode has been about her attempt was the Slayer that preceded Buffy. So 80s Slayer, 80s fashion, 80s music. Yeah, that sounds kind of cool. And to strip those elements from Buffy that make her different. Buffy looks down and is holding the tarot cards from Primeval, only now the cards are images of her friends, finalizing the metaphor of them all representing some aspect of her personality. And at the apex of her anxiety, confronted by the very thing she is afraid isolates her from everyone, Buffy makes a choice.
I am not alone. I walk. I talk. I shop. I sneeze. I'm gonna be a fireman when the floods roll back. There's trees in the desert since you moved out, and I don't sleep on a bed of bones.
Her defiant proclamation is one of my favorite things in the series. She claims her individuality, being... What is that A? Delete. Premiere! Slay into the oldies.
Trees in the desert since you moved out, and I don't sleep on a bed of bones.
Her defiant proclamation is one of my favorite things in the series. She claims her individuality. Being the Slayer does not define her. In the second line, she is saying that she is not governed by circumstance. She will adapt and fight whatever comes along. And a fireman is a very particular kind of hero, one that gets to go home to their loved ones, but will when necessary. Trees in the desert refers to life, growth, cultivation, and nourishment, the opposite of the desert in which Buffy finds herself now, and a symbol of her connections to the people she loves. Her life is not simply about death, and it's the balance she's achieved that, as Joss puts it, makes her the greatest slayer that's ever existed. So, enough of this fear.
That's it. That's it. I'm waking up.
Greatest slayer that's ever existed. So, enough of this fear.
That's it. I'm waking up.
Restless is a work of art. Now,
Because
so now we are on the conclusion. Essentially, this is 5 separate essays This is Essay 5. This is the part that matters to me. I mean, it all matters to me, of course, but I'm excited. Did I use that? Power from a demon heart into her. And since Adam has the power to see through realities,
These are lies.
perhaps the real Adam was able to see that in Buffy. As Xander takes the wheel, Anya states the theme outright.
Do you know where you're going?
The episode, especially given Oz's deadpan, "Why are you expression. The game is Crack Drac, referring to Dracula.
But go easy on the girl.
This is my business. Blood of the Lamb and all that.
Blood of the Lamb is a reference to the Lamb of God, a term that John the Baptist used for Jesus when he said, "Behold the Lamb of God, who takes away the sin of the world." It's a clear indication of Buffy as a Christ figure, who went to her death to save the world and then arose again, and who will do so once more in The Gift. Buffy turns and her face is covered in primordial mud.
I know you. I know you.
Spike calls Giles. It's like 4 seconds here and there. Detail, detail, detail. Yay, Restless is super dense. Clock is no longer accurate. Okay. So I don't think I used that one. No. 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 Let's see. Need to find something that I... Hey, fam. Oh, that would have been useful. Can't believe I've used all of these. Oh, yeah. That's innocence. That's becoming part 2. Weird how vivid that is for me now. This was from the first top 10 list. Nah. Should have used that for the film noir stuff in Angel. That was for Lie to Me.
Get up, I'ma take it to.
I think I just like the opening of this one.
There's no sleep when the moon comes round. There's no sleep when the moon comes round.
Maybe use that for like Dark Wesley. That was Halloween, I think. Still nothing. Pretty. Not what I need. I never found Wesley all that dark. I'll take away your bucket. Kind of dark. Create. Inspirational. See, like, what I'm looking for, I kind of don't think fits in. Yeah, he's very dark in the end. Stabbing gun. Did you decide to use background music for Buffy? I'm not using it. She's the only one I'm not using background music for. I'm using it for the other three, and then I'm going to use it for the conclusion. And I think that sort of works thematically because her dream is different. Let's go attribution required. I just feel like you get a better... Hold on. I want to go back to... yeah, but the fact that there were other dark characters doesn't mean that Wesley wasn't. You're talking about Christine, and sure, she sucked, but that was still dark. Even if he was, what's the RPG thing? Never mind. I need to keep. If he's like just chaos or whatever, you know how the thing with the stuff and the squares and then the words. I'm so tired. Chris Zabriskie. I like this guy's stuff. See if I can find something. Something like this. I have this one. Why don't we just try it? So... is a work of art. Now, other than a necessary narrative stopgap to prevent the gang from resummoning maximum combo breaker Buffy anytime a very dark power is about to rise in Sunnydale, what can we take away from Restless? What does it all mean? Sunnydale, what can we take away from Restless? What does it all mean? Jeez. Oh, okay. Wow. Weeps over an empty stroller, and as the first Slayer proclaims, a Slayer is nothing but a killer. He's always kind of absurd, right? Thing is, none of what we're seeing in these dreams, with the exception of bits of prophecy, is real. These are the stories the Scoobies tell themselves, and the archives of our minds are riddled with falsehoods and misinterpretations. From an existentialist perspective, there can be as much actual truth and meaning divined from our fears and anxieties as there can be from the universe itself. Okay. Restless is a work of art. Now, do. Okay, save. What are we on time? Got about 12 minutes before we have to take that first break and then come back and do it till it's done. Is a work of art. Now, other than a necessary narrative stopgap to all right. I'll get the not be stake through the heart. Good work, team.
I've got to. Now, other than a necessary narrative stopgap to prevent the gang from resummoning maximum combo breaker Buffy and
we implore thee, admit us, bring us to the
narrative stopgap to prevent art. Now, other than a necessary narrative stopgap to prevent the gang from resummoning maximum combo breaker Buffy anytime a very dark power is about to rise in Sunnydale. And Master rises. Man, the first season was so hammy. See you, Brandon. Premiere tonight. Maximum combo breaker Buffy. Anytime a very dark power is a boot to rise in Sunnydale. What can we take away from Restless? What does it all mean? James, are you asking me? Oh, yeah, no, you're talking to Kirak, okay. Feeling restless about Restless? I see what you did there. Can't wait till later. Yep, we're on the home stretch. I've got one break coming up in about 7 minutes, and then just going to do it till it's done. I should have a different thumbnail for the spoiler version and the non-spoiler version. Spoiler version... I'll have to think about it. Oh no, my feet are falling asleep. Don't fall asleep.
The first Slayer. Wow.
Probably an hour. Dale, what can we take away from Restless? What does it all mean? One of the biggest themes of Season 4 has been fear. Spike used the Scooby's fear to manipulate them, and I don't think I need to list off what fear again. I think we've well covered why fear is a big deal. The Yoko factor. Obsolescence. Restless shares the most obsolescence. Fear. Just put spoiler free on the versions. Oh, I definitely will. They'll both be marked spoiler and spoiler free, or non-spoiler. Of Season 4 has been fear. What does it all mean? One of the biggest themes of Season 4 has been fear. Restless shares the most in common. Season 4 has been fear. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear that fear is a major element, right? So I don't need to go through and list all the reasons or the areas where fear was a thing. We'll just go back to my Season 4 defining shot, the Buffy getting out of the car shot. Restless shares the most in common with fear itself, where common with fear itself. Oh, college. How little did I know.
Yeah, I invited Anya to join us, but she's...
Gaknar, the Dark Lord of Nightmares, God, that was so brilliant.
The Dark Lord of Nightmares, the bringer of terror. Tremble before me. Fear me.
He's so cute.
Even Oz actually has an expression. He's so cute. Season 4 has been Fear. Restless shares the most in common with Fear itself, where Gaknar the It's just in bad taste. The Dark common with Fear itself, where Gaknar the Dark... Wow, that clip is real loud. Where Gaknar, the Dark Lord of Nightmares, he's so cute. Externalized the gang's fears. Restless takes the gang's fears. Fear itself, where Gaknar, the Dark Lord of Nightmares, he's so cute. Externalized the gang's fears. Restless takes us directly inside of them. And alright, I've got to take a quick break. I will be back in an hour. We're on the home stretch. This is the concluding essay. I'm very, very excited. Premiere will be in... The premiere is in 7 hours. Should be plenty of time. Editing this down to the non-spoiler version is probably going to take an hour at most. And I'll do that on camera as well. Just if you guys are curious to see, and it would be helpful actually if you help me spot stuff that's like, no, spoiler, remove it. But yeah, it's been quite a process. I'm very excited. This is going to be the longest edited video on the channel, and I've done it in a quarter of the amount of time that it took me to do the 3 other ones. So yeah. Hey, Jaco. I'm actually shutting the stream down for about an hour. Anyway, I will be back, and I'll see you guys very soon.